Vintage Homestead. It's a snowy, cold day. We got about 4 inches of snow here in the Midwest, and it's only 6 degrees. So I got the day off, and I'm so excited because it's a perfect day to try out the new pasta maker that I got for Christmas. It's called a Sailnovo. It's food grade, and it's stainless steel. It has 7 to 9 pasta settings on it, and you don't wash it, you just wipe it down. And I've never taken it out of the box until today, and I thought we'd give it an honest review. So let's go. The pasta maker comes with 4 pieces. You have your pasta maker itself is here. This is what cuts your pasta into the shapes that you want and thickness. This is your latch that holds it onto your counter. And then this is what makes the pasta come out. Now, I am not mechanically inclined at all, so I'm going to point out to you I had to go all the way around my counter just to find a ledge that would hold the machine. So you want to make sure that you have a nice thick hangover here so that you have a place that this will grip. So you just take it, you're going to see your big hole right here, put it up against the edge, that goes in there. And then you just screw the bottom until it's nice and snug. This is just like my grinder that I have, my meat grinder. It holds it on the counter. So there, that's nice and snug. You can see it's not going to move. Your pasta cutter here has, I'm going to turn this around this way so you can see, it has these little divots here, and those fit right into these divots here. So I'm just going to slide it in until it snaps in place. Then my handle, you'll see there's 3 different holes here. So first thing we have to do is get our pasta made into a sheet before we start cutting. So I'm going to follow the recipe that they have in the manual that came with the sturdy food grade pasta maker. And that calls for 5 eggs. And this is going to make 3 servings, it says. Now, once I get comfortable with my machine, I'm going to use an Amish noodle recipe. But we'll give this a try and see how it goes. So I'm just going to whisk my eggs here till they're all incorporated. 3 cups of flour. And I'm going to add that a little at a time. Now I'm starting off with a spoon, but anybody that makes bread by hand or makes noodles knows eventually I'm going to have to stick my hands in here and use my hands. So let's just get started with this. Now sometimes they tell you, you know, make a little well in the center and then add your eggs. This recipe just said dump them all in together. No need to do that. So let's add a little more flour. And just keep mixing that, mixing that. And then we'll add the last of our flour. And the last step is to make sure you add enough water that it forms a dough. Now it doesn't tell you how much water to add. It just says add enough that you have a nice dough. So I'm going to make sure I get the rest of this egg mixed up in here. And you can see that it sticks together, but it doesn't really hold together. It's still falling apart. So let's start adding and I'm using cold water here. And we're just going to add a little at a time. Usually I think they suggest you do like a tablespoon at a time until you have the stickiness that you prefer. better to have less water than too much. So don't dump a whole cup in at once, just a little at a time. And just keep kneading until it feels like it's not as sticky. Now it's holding better, but I still don't feel like it's gonna hold, so just a little bit more. I think that should probably do it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to take this out. You can see it left hardly any in the bowl. I'm going to sprinkle a little flour on my counter here. And I'm going to knead it until it's a nice workable ball. Just like we're making bread. You can tell if you need to add a little more flour if it sticks to the counter here. Oh yeah, we're getting it good. We're getting it good now. Okay, see how that's holding now? It's holding its shape. It's not sticking to the counter. And I'm going to continue to work it just a little bit so that we get out any air pockets that might be in there. And I think that's good. Okay, so now we're going to cut this into manageable pieces here that we can put in our pasta maker. So I've been messing with this a little bit, and what I found is that you're looking for a happy medium here. So I'm going to take these slices and I'm going to make them into a ball and add some flour because I don't want it to stick inside my machine. And your settings over here, your 1, your 2, your 3, those are thicker. And the higher you go in number, the thinner it gets. So if you want to make linguine, you want to go to 9, spaghetti, 8. And so you'll just have to mess with that a little bit until you get what you want. I'm giving you an honest review here. I'm not being reimbursed or sponsored or anything for this. So one thing I have found that can be a problem is the handle here. It doesn't snap in. It just goes in, but very easily it can come out. So you're going to have to be careful with your handle. And that is a negative in my book. So now that I have my dough here, I'm going to push that down, being very careful with this handle here. And I'm getting a nice sheet. There we go. And we'll put it through one more time. There you go. Now once we have that, the texture that we want, we're going to put it through the noodle side here. So now I'm going to have to move my handle over here. This one is the noodle maker. This is like the spaghetti maker. So I'm pushing that in. Then I'll take my sheet. It's nice and thin now, so it should feed fairly easily, but let's make sure. Pinch it down just a bit so it's thin. Now you're going to have to work with it just a little bit to get it to go in, especially if you're just doing this one person. And you can see it's shooting out the noodles right here. So thanks for watching, you guys. Like with any new product you get, it takes practice. And really, I think that this was fairly easy to assemble, fairly easy to get your noodles made, but it is going to take practice until I get exactly what I'm looking for. But all in all, it's a good piece of equipment for the price and great for beginners. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I hope you're having a nice, cozy, snowy day at home too. And come back and see me.